Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Planescape Torment, Enhanced Edition on Nintendo Switch. Let's see, what are we at? Day 7. Smoldering Corpse Bar. This time, Drusilla seems slightly more lively. At least you don't catch a glimpse of the despair that you smelled on her the first time you spoke with her. Hello again, Traveler. Hi, Traveler. What is it you seek? Looking for a collector by the name of Farad. Have you seen or heard of him? Farad, the Collector King? You can probably find him and his stinking ilk in the trash warrens on the far side of the hive. Good luck on getting any answers from him. He's a sly devil, he is. I understand. Farewell. Okay, so I have a number of requests that I haven't finished, so I had a few folks let me know that maybe I'm just under leveled since I haven't been finishing all my quests. Well, which is fair, which is a fair point. But some of these are actually kind of more difficult to get to. What we'll try to do is what we can. There are some quests which I haven't even taken on. Because I was going to kind of save them for later, but oh well, whatever.
See that? You see that? Damn it. Die.
All right.
Tome of Bone and Ash. This worn, leather-bound tome lists diagrams and charts detailing several minor wars and enhancements, or enchantments. There are numerous drawings of skeletons, bones, and the manner by which they may be preserved over time. Of particular interest is the section regarding guardians. Apparently, the dustmen animate corpses of fallen giants to serve as guardians for the mortuary to make them even deadlier than their breastplates to help shield them from attacks. The book is much too complex for you and absorbed all at once. It looks as if you could refer to certain sections when the need arises. Mortuary key, I might as well. Junk always helps to have. Sanctum key. That's all I really need. Yeah.
Come on inside! Come see the burning man! He's on the spit! You'll love it! You, sir, come on in!
Much as this creature's body is a combination of man and ram, his head is a mix of sorts, with a broad flat nose, goat ears, and a pair of curling horns. Intricate designs are shaved into his dirty pelt, and a massive four-flanked polearm hangs from his belt harness. He doesn't seem to notice you. Yeah, leave it be. Sashiko tree looks like it has suffered greatly since being transplanted here. You see a pretty young woman. Her hair is in disarray, and the bodice of her dress is torn. She looks about in desperation, then notices you. Greetings. She runs up to you and grabs your arm. You notice the front of her dress is stained with blood. Help me, Cutter. Please, they're killing my sister. She begins to tug on your arm. Who? She looks around wildly. This drunken man who followed us from one of the taverns. We thought he meant no harm. Please, Cutter, there's no more time. Help us. Where did he attack her? When she found he didn't have any coin, she said she wouldn't bet him, and then he drew a knife. She looks at the front of her dress and then tugs at your arm again. Examine the blood of her dress. You glance down at her dress and look at the blood. Although it does appear to be real, it has completely dried. It must be hours old. That blood is hours old. What are you up to? You see her eyes flick to the bloodstains and then back to you. You think you can hear a hint of nervousness in her voice. You are mistaken, Cutter. Please help me. My sister lies dying while we tarry. Let's see. Truth, bluff, or I don't have time for this. I like how truth is you're up to something. Tell me what's going on or I'll kill you. And the bluff is you're up to something. Tell me what's going on or I'll kill you. Let's do truth. She looks into your eyes and then glances at the scars that cover your body. She swallows nervously and you see her pale before your eyes. I'm supposed to lure people into an alley nearby. They're waiting there to take your jink. She looks at you apprehensively. Let me give you some advice. She gazes at you in silence and nods her head. Don't pick someone like me as your mark. Choose some drunken fop who looks like he's never seen a battle in his life. Yeah, sure. She nods curtly. And make sure he looks like he has more than a couple coin to his name. Now get out of here. She nods curtly, then backs away from you. She hesitates for a moment and turns to leave. Thank you, Cutter. She sprints off. Warns for trees. See a tired-looking, sorrowful old man who is gazing at the ash-dead tree in front of him. He is mumbling to himself and tapping his chin as if trying to figure something out. Occasionally, he shakes his head sadly. Greetings. He seems momentarily startled as you interrupt his train of thought. He speaks in a calm, unhurried tone, but one full of sadness. Oh, greetings to you too, friend. How's the day for you? Never mind that for now. Does it matter? The man is caught off guard, but then nods. The nun nods assent confidently. Yes, friend, it does. To me, at least. Though that doesn't count for much, it seems. He seems about to turn back to the tree. It finds me well, then. He smiles, but sorrow still lies in his eyes. That's good, friend. Hope your good fortune continues. He seems about to turn back to the tree. Wait, I had some questions. He nods, awaiting your questions. Who are you? I am called Warns for Trees by the people here, friend. Why is that? He pats the tree beside him. It's the trees here in the hive. They're dying, friend, and no one cares. Seeing the look on your face, he holds his hands up as if to silence you for a moment. It may not matter to some, but it is important to me. I feel it is a shame to see the last tatters of life and beauty in this ward left uncared for to die. Can you understand that, friend? Yes, you're right. It's a sad thing. No, all things die in time. Why concern yourself with the when and how of? No, I can't unless trees are of use to someone. Who would care? Sure, I'll say that's sad, yeah. He seems surprised and blurts out, Really? Oh, I mean, wonderful. Perhaps you would... He pauses and seems suddenly suspicious. He recomposes himself, speaking in his usual slow manner. In any case, that's good. I suppose you have some questions for me now. Yes, I have some questions. Why are all the trees dying? Just look at your surroundings, friend. Can you imagine anything having an easy life here? And besides the wretched conditions, the Dabbas rarely come to this part of Sigil. Dabbas? Yes, you know, Dabbas. Surely you've seen them. They're the lady servants. They care for the city. Some parts of it more than others, of course. He looks sadly at the tree behind him. The lady? The lady of pain, friend. The mistress of Sigil? He stops speaking suddenly, making a semicircular sign over his chest. He leans close to whisper. It does no one good to speak of the lady. Know only that she alone controls the city, whether it appears that way at times or not, and speak of her no more. I understand. I have other questions. Looking for a man named Farad. Sorry, friend. When I first came here, I spoke to many people, but I don't remember anyone by that name. I'm looking for a journal I've lost. I can't recall seeing one anywhere. Where did you last remember having a friend? I couldn't say. Farewell.
Just see one of these, then.
Starved dog, good barking thug. This wild-eyed man is hunched over, barking and howling at the top of his lungs. Beneath his thick, matted hair, you can make out a series of strange tattoos. They run from the range of screaming faces to bizarre geometric shapes, to what appear to be lines of verse. He is almost naked, but the dirt and filth covering him gives the semblance of modesty. Give hello. Greetings. The man whirls on you and gives a low growl. He draws out the growl for a few seconds and starts barking violently at you. In the distance, you can hear answering barks. Farewell. Well, that's a tree with one snap branch too many. Morte rolls his eyes. No sense in chatting with Siosex, chief. They're a barmy bunch. Siosex? They're a faction who don't have any rules, except don't keep one thought in their head for too long. They're sometimes called Chaos Men. No need to explain why. How they get members. They just seem to attract members like flies. Well, members that are crazy or chaotic enough, I suppose. I don't think they have any recruiters, though you really can't say anything about them for sure. I see. Thanks for the information. When you first look at... Well, what you first took to be a door in this archway is actually a painting. The artist has made use of shadows of the overhanging arch and some subtle texturing effects to give the door an illusion of substance. Examine the door. Other than the skill of the artist, there's nothing remarkable about the painting. The door has been painted on a rough stone wall. You can feel the stone and water beneath the painted wooded texture. Leave the door alone. Let's see, these barrels probably are here to catch rainwater. The only thing that fills them is dust. Tattoo parlor. You see Adabas, but something about it strikes you as odd. It has the same stock of white hair, the same greenish cast to its skin, the same pair of goat horns. Then you suddenly realize this one is walking on the ground, not floating. For some reason, that makes you uneasy. Try and speak to it, see if you can understand it. You ask the Adabas several questions, trying to get a feel for the robustness that appear above its head. Although it is extremely patient through your discussion, you can't seem to get the hang of it. Eventually, the Adabas stops floating symbols and simply waits. Farewell. The Adabas bows slightly. Symbols swirl around its head, then turns away. Yeah, it's gonna take quite a bit of questing to get the ability to talk to Adabas. You see a young woman dressed in a tight leather bodice and leggings. She smells faintly of cheap perfume, and her face, though pretty, is painted with garish makeup. She smiles coyly as she sees you. Seeking some company, love? Are you by any chance amorous? She stares at you silently for a time, then speaks. I was called that once long ago. Who are ye? I was sent to find you by Nod, your brother. He's worried about you, and I'd hoped to tell him how you were. Nod? He's alive? Where? Why didn't he come to seek me out himself? I think he's ashamed. He's a collector now, living in poverty in Ragpicker Square. He doesn't seem quite right in the head. I mean...
Updated my journal.
Aye, he was a bit touched, even as a child, when his name was Thotis, though I've missed him so. Ashamed, though? Ha! Me own work's no more proud. Well, at least I'm doing well for myself. For a hiver, at any rate, eh? I must visit him soon. She looks at you closely for the first time since you've spoken. Are you a friend of Nod's, or... of a sort. Why? Could ye... She frowns, biting her lip as if considering something. Could ye give this to him? She steps close to you and offers a pouch of what looks to be about 100 copper coins. Yes, I swear I'll get it to him.
Updated my journal.
She hands you the pouch. I thank you. Go speak to Nod for me and tell him how I worry about him too. I will. Farewell. Oh, what? Somebody else wants some? What the hell you want, man? I am busy. And now you are dead.
Damn. I'm gone.
See, was that worth it, my friend? It was not.
Come on in, Cutter.
This appears to be a gun of some sort. Looks as though it has seen little use. Moving from box to box, this man seems to be totally immersed in counting boxes and scribbling results down on a piece of parchment. He looks annoyed as you interrupt him. What is it now? Can't you see I'm busy taking inventory? Go bother someone else. I didn't mean to interrupt. Farewell. Nothing special. Over here. Oh, really?
Die. I'm gone.
See a heavy-set looking man. He is stone-faced expression. Greetings. Man looks at you for a moment, grunts, then raises his hand, revealing a wicked dagger. He smiles evilly and begins twirling it in a menacing arc. Alright, fine. You want to be that way? You die.
Damn it.
Yeah, see? You should have just said hi like everybody else. Now look at you, you're dead. It is amazing that this is the only game of the 4 Enhanced Edition Infinity Engine games they released that runs decently. Everything else just runs like a slug. But to be fair, the original games ran like that too. So it's you know, the source itself runs poorly. Star Dogs. Okay, let's try to finish this one, because I think I can actually do this one. Okay, ran to a strange woman outside the mortuary. She was mourning the death of her 3 sisters who had been attacked by a group of chaos men called the Starved Dogs barking. Oh, those guys. Oh, that's easy enough. I think I know where they are. Let's go pay them a visit, shall we? And where the hell did they go? Did I already kill them? What, you looking for a fight, are you? Oh, I just had some questions. Too bad, Sod. Cause you got to fight. Man draws a long way tonight. Fight? Okay, sure.
Damn it.
Pretty sure you don't want to fight, but okay. Yeah, see? What good did it do you? Greetings. Shut your picking hole, you ugly bastard. No one said you could talk to me. Now sort off for our tires of your face and bleed you. Try it.
You see that?
That's right, everybody just dies when I'm around. Where the hell are they? I just saw them. Hi, fuck. How about you? The man looks at you for a moment, grunts, and raises his hand, revealing a wicked dagger. Yeah, okay. Guess you're dying too. I got one for everyone. I could have sworn I just saw them. Was they not just right here? There are not many thugs left for me to kill. See, what was his dead contract your husband signed again? The dead and the husband have contracts that give them the right to somebody's body after they die. What did the husband do with the body after death? Animate it with their black magics. Why did your husband sign such a thing? May have been a goat eager to bring home some more jink than custom. He's prideful, but I think it hurt himself doing so. Can this contract be undone? She looks at you surprised and sighs. I've tried. I've spoken to the dustman he did the signing with, but he's cold and chill, and like all the dusties. He even lectured me on my husband as if I had no right to try and help him. Her lips become a tight, thin line, as if picturing the dustman's face. He was cold and cruel, he was. Let me see what I can do. Who was this dustman your husband signed the contract with? The dusty calls himself Gravesend. I know not his first name. He was at a table in the dustman bar in the hive. Gathering dust, I believe the place is named. You can most like find him there, trying to get more people to sign his contracts. I'll seek him out then. Where is this gathering of dust bar?
Updated my journal.
Head out to the street on the outside, go to the memorial stone, then head south and west from there. She taps her finger against her chin. You should run right into it. There's one of them. Her face wrinkles in disgust. Walking corpses in front. Very well, I'll go see what I can do. I won't turn away such a friendly gesture. She seems grateful, then worried. Then her worried expression returns. But I asked ye not to let on I asked you to do such a thing. My husband has a terrible temper, and if he were to find out, she shudders. I promise that your husband will not find out. Thank you, stranger. I appreciate your help. It's no trouble. I'll go see about undoing your husband's contract now. go. Starved dog.
Why not then? Just show it to me.
Greetings. I said greetings. The man's barking ends with a snarl, then he leaps at you. If this is how you want to die, Wolfman, you will die.
Did you see that?
I'm hurt.
Looks like death's come for the bill.
Ah, seriously?
Oh, feel all stiff.
I cannot rest in this area. Everybody's resting in this area. What are you talking about? Ain't a lot of lively activity here, that's for sure. That's right, I'm back, motherfucker.
This is probably the worst place we can be in Sigil at the worst time.
All right.
All the shit I can't use. You see a man in old and tattered clothes. As you approach, he makes a detour to avoid you and keeps walking. Yeah, sure, fine. I don't care. Jesus, do you see this gigantic hammer I have? You should stay away from me.
Did you see that?
Experience. That kills me I don't have enough experience. I'm murdering the shit out of people. But you get really a good chunk of your experience through quests, and I haven't really been, you know, doing my quests. You again. I found the starved dogs barking and penned 3 of them in the dead book.
Updated my journal.
The powers be not blind in their justice this day. The woman reaches into her spider-like hair and draws forth a copper earring. Here you are. A pretty bit it should fetch. 'Tis worth 33 coppers at least, I'm sure. It belonged to one of me sisters, but she won't be needing anymore. Very well. Farewell, Seftai. Okay, good. Woohoo, a quest done! Yay! Find a way to help Ingress. Oh, yeah, I actually can help Ingress already. I talked to the other guy. Where the hell is she? I just saw her. I should run off to a crazy woman. Ingress, oh Ingress. There you are. There you are. Greetings, Ingress. Hey, you? Ingress, I found someone who can take you back to your home plane. Ingress falls silent. I want to go. Want to leave this place. His name is Kendrian. He should be along shortly to help you. Trust him, all right? Ingress says nothing, merely nods quietly, her teeth chattering inside her mouth. I'll go back and meet Kendrian at the Smoldering Corpse Bar and make sure everything's turned out all right. Be strong, Ingress.
Updated my journal.
I know what you're thinking. God, you could have done this a long time ago. Yes, that is true. I just didn't. All right. Let's see. Where's the smoldering? I think it's in the middle, isn't it? It is. I don't know. I just thought I'd be able to shortcut things a little bit. But nope, no. We need to slowly build through, go through quests in order to build a character. It's just one of those things. There's no shortcut. Conjuring stands as you approach him. The Toothed Woman wanted you to have these, he says, holding out his hand. She wanted to express her thanks, even out the balance book, as it were, and be done with the damn things. In the palm of his hand are Ingress's dancing teeth, and he smoothly deposits them in your hand. Enjoy them, Seeker. I had some other questions.
Updated my journal.
Looking for a journal I lost. I've seen no journals lately, but for my own, and that has crumpled away into nothingness. My apologies. Okay, no problem. I don't remember if I have to go back and see here still. Let's see. I think I do. Look at all the shit I left on the ground. That is the good thing about the game, is that it does keep all the items. I think they eventually expire, but for the most part, they stay there for a very, very long time. Even if they do expire at some point. I've got to get more days some sleep. Okay, I don't know if we see Ingress anymore after the quest is done. Yeah, she might disappear. I kind of have a recollection of talking to her again, but that may not be the case. Where's the house I slept at? Go find a place to rent. Maybe not here though. Yeah, let's see you guys later. There's quests in here too. Okay, well, we won't quite do those yet then. Yeah, let's rest. 5 coppers. I have 5 coppers, right? Okay, all rested. Still not enough level to level up, huh? Jeez. Well, I can't even get 1 level? My goodness. Okay, Farrah and the missing journal are gonna have to wait. Find Amaris for Nod. I think I have to go talk to Nod again.
She's wonderful. She's luscious. She's yours for a price.
I spoke to your sister, Amaris. You did? Not so happy he is. How's not sister? Tell him of Amaris. Tell not, please. His escarpment sets off a long series of hacking coughs. When he can finally speak, again he asks, "Is not sister still pretty, so pretty?" I can say, "Yes, she is. She's a prostitute now in the hive. She's doing well and is worried for you." I can say, "Laj, yes, she is a servant now at the tavern in the hive. She's doing well and is worried for you." Or I can say, "Yes, she's a whore, and once a foul, I doubt I'd be with her even free of charge." I'll just say the truth. Yeah. Not so pleased to know his sister is all right. He looks as if he's going to cry for a moment, then swallows hard. Anything more? Anything more? She said for not to hears. She wanted you to have these copper commons. She will also visit you as soon as she can find the time.
Updated my journal.
Nod's head stops nodding abruptly, and his jaw drops as you hand him the 100 coins. Beneath the dirt-brown hood, his eyes gleam with joy. "Such wonderful news it is. Good, wonderful news, aye. Nod thanks ye, and thanks again, and thanks ye 1,000 times more. Aye. Glad I could help. Farewell, Nod." I know, it seems like a lot of experience, but you need a shitload of experience to raise the level. So it really isn't much, kind of at the end of the day. Alright, okay, I'm getting closer and closer here. Let's see, free Agnar from his dead contract. Find a spell ruby. Find Craddock for Bane the Sender. Agreed to deliver a message for a man named Bane the Sender. Bane said the person I needed to deliver the message to was named Craddock, and is said to be an overseer in a marketplace somewhere in the hive. Craddock, huh? I don't know, have I even run to Craddock yet? Especially since I'm not really given a good description.
Come on in and sleep it off. Have a good one. Come on, Cutter, come on in here. You want to sleep outside? It's cold out here. Come on inside. We got a warm bed.
Here you go, Cutter. She's all yours.
Cutter, come on. You don't want to sleep out here. It's cold. Come on inside where it's warm.
We see a Deathman with a quick smile frozen on his face. Despite the smile, his eyes are as dull as stones. His right arm is shorter than his left, and he keeps it tucked to his side as if cradling a small child. I don't think I need to talk to you quite yet. Maybe in the future I do. Come on, get over there. Oh, let's see, who else to talk to? More time. Norochi. You see Norochi's pulling on one of his spike. You see Norochi. He is pulling at one of his spikes of hair and using it to scratch the spot in his face. You can't help but I think he'd look a lot better with dreadlocks. Something troubling you? The Rourke touches his face and traces the shape of his own frown with his finger. Troubled, yes. What's wrong? The dustman looks you up and down. Many troubles I have. Help you can. Help can you? A mausoleum awakes. The dead walk. The dead disturbed. The dustman disturbed. Find out what disturbs the undead, and copper coins I will pay. Very well. Where is this mausoleum?
Updated my journal.
Rourke nods. Mausoleum by Dustman Memorial. Go north and west from Black Monument. Go to arch and a semicircle over your heart with this finger. This make. He wiggles the index finger on his right hand. To the mausoleum. Go, you will. I'll look into it then. Farewell. Awaiting death is his name. Copper eyes. More time? Is that the one? Are you the one who signed that dead contract with Agner? Mortai frowns. He looks puzzled. Mayhap? He thinks for a moment. I do not recall the name, however. I'd like to settle that contract. Mortai looks wary. I'm afraid that is impossible. The contract is signed, settled, and binding. Is there any way I might be able to settle the contract with you? Mortai shakes his head. It is now a matter of law, not a matter of discussion. See bluff. How about this? Give me Agnar's contract, or I'll kill you where you stand. Or truth. How about this? Give me Agnar's contract, or I'll butcher you where you stand. But the contract is tearing the man's life apart. Very well, then I have some other questions. Yeah, okay. Mortai shakes his head. That is indeed unfortunate, but it is now a matter of law, not a matter of heart. Is there any way?
Updated my journal.
Mortai shakes his head. It's now a matter of law. Bluff or truth? They're the same thing, really. Yes, farewell. Mortai studies you as you leave, and you hear him mutter under his breath something about that one. Okay, well, I have other possibilities I could do, I guess. Rather save on this one. You never really know what's going to happen here. But I guess we've been playing for long enough today. This is audap. You've been watching Planescape Torment on Nintendo Switch. This is part of the Icewind Dale Planescape Torment bundle. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.